creating a distinction for my 5D mystics, it's important because the 4D spectrum continues with their own wave, while 5D integrates the energy sphere, and that is in the absence of using faith or fate or any of source. We can use what is in the realms of spirituality because Sadhguru presents to us the philosophy, for me at least. When I talk spirituality, I talk about Sadhguru. So yoga, it's a lifestyle, and there are other aspects. But we don't use the word Akash to intend it as a supernatural being. So a person who's a 5D mystic has a relationship with the energetic imprint. So this is consciousness. It's more like being a physicist and the neuroscientist, but without knowing any of that. So we'll feel it more like a mathematician, although we won't be as dry as a mathematician. I was watching something on that. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm so happy I'm in the humanities field because that's really boring. But we will relate to our experiences in the astral travel, when we're channeling, when we are in the presence of any type of being. I mean, there's Abraham Hicks, I think it is, who tells you about the energetic imprint of the angels, archangels, and then there's others who will inform you of how to move out of this 4D bandwidth, and that is what takes place for those who move into the 5D bandwidth. So there is, and there are groups in the 5D mystic. These are people who are taking their own emotional and their own mental body seriously, so we don't have this human suffering. We don't have a gap of let me talk about my twin flames or my oversoul like a piece of garbage. We don't coldly turn our backs on people. We don't cancel people. We don't do what is actually all adaptive child, unresolved trauma and insecurities. It's a shame cycle. It's a shame defectiveness. This means it's unresolved trauma. The movies are based on all unresolved trauma. Somebody going to eat Ben and Jerry's, it means that you have a compulsive habit that is to lead you to your longing and your aloneness. It's actually your attachment system. You can create what is called the ability to move into your ventral vagal. You don't even need to do yoga. I didn't do yoga until I met Sadhguru, and that's only because I wanted to do the Shambhavi Kriya course. And then I did his Grace of Yoga. They are amazing, by the way, but I didn't need it to be Purusha Prakriti. 5D mystics, they don't disengage from the gaps of our life. We enjoy all of our 24 hours, like for real, not pretend. And so when we're in our oversoul, the whole twin flames things, it's not a saga. And if somebody is actually feeling relieved because they're rid of us, quote unquote, which is really hilarious. That's like the most hilarious thing that you can ever hear is when a reader is like, oh, somebody was very happy to lose you, but now that you're completely disconnected, they miss you. And it's like, okay, I think that's a contradiction. Pretty sure if I'm not in a relationship with anyone, they are not missing me energetically or physically, because, you know, if you miss someone, hey, I miss you. Let's talk. Don't matter what's taking place. That's what happens when people actively miss each other. So the 4D, again, they have their role, and the whole twin flames, they got their saga. It's for people who haven't moved into, I can use my actual brain. They live with the identity of human suffering and pain having to be a part of their actual spiritual awakening journey. Like they literally make it a part of their journey. They're like, no, it can't be with love, 5D people. Nope. I have to have the scars. Otherwise, I'm not my own hero. You're not your own hero. You're the person that has the embodied brain. If you learned good trauma information, you would know this. And if you learned maybe just that you're human and you have a heart and you can do like this, it's in your chest, it won't go anywhere. You also would know that words such as you let your guard down, they might cross your mind. Of course, I mean, any one of us, I was a teenager too, will be like, wow, I let my guard down. Well, did I? No, I actually took a risk. Yeah. Oh, that's right. We do have that idea of, but I thought they were the one. And of course, that the one is going to be like, it's going to then be like, well, I guess they weren't. Okay, so let's keep moving forward, shall we? It's really not that difficult. But I should specify again, the 5D mystic or the 5D functional adult uses their brain, their physical human being brain. This is all we do. And so with our verbal, we're like, hey, emotions, it's okay. Don't worry. We're good. Let's go do something fun, shall we? And not one of those things that is distractive like Ben and Jerry's, because we know that's going to make us sick to our stomach too much, make us sick. I'm going to throw up if I drink too much too. I'm going to take care of this. This is my lovely little vessel here. What would I do without it? Oh my gosh, I'm young. Am I going to be stupid about it? No, of course not. I'm going to get older. I want it to be healthy once I get older. I'm not going to numb it. So 5D, we don't numb. We're immediately, I'm not going to miss a line. Yeah, I think doing things that are not in favor of my heart body. So heartbreak. Well, I choose to disengage from heartbreak with any adaptive child that may or may not do spite, revenge, envy, and be in an energetic sphere of whatever it is theirs, because I will know that something's behind this. So let me get to that something, shall I? Thank you, NACABM. This is a course that I'm taking with them. Shame is one of the most powerful emotions a person can experience. If not treated effectively, shame can hurt a person's self-image, lead them to disconnect from others, and contribute to deeper mental health issues like depression and substance abuse. Now, it is true that a person can take ownership, and that's very, very beautiful. However, a person doesn't take ownership until they can learn to be compassionate with the shame and guilt that they will have holding in their hand. And that would mean where they know how to own up to mistakes that they may have made in so many different ways, with compassion again towards themselves. Furthermore, people, when they're talking to each other, the Zen masters, which is my 5D mystics and functional adults, because we're all humans, and that's really basic, put to the side all supernatural, put all of it to the side, every single one of it, because this is the biggest difference between somebody who's in a 5D embodiment. They don't need to be told to make use of all 24 hours of their life. They do Dharma because those thoughts and those emotions are right here with your mouth, because those thoughts are right here with your emotions. So you know, a person who actually is stable, mature, adaptive, rational, teachable, a person who's using their prefrontal cortex with the lovely, okay? And so here's my smart people, because you're not smart when you're like this. That's reactive. You haven't even noticed that you've already chosen fear, because your trauma, it ain't about what you believe in or not. It's, did you notice how you are with your mannerisms and or in your body? Have you actually taken a second to pause, as Tara Brach will inform people, and get that lovely little cortex down and say, wait a minute, I think I'm a little bit agitated. Maybe I should disengage from this type of behavior when I'm engaging with another human being. But you know what groups do, right? So the 4D has their little stories. And when they talk about letting their guard down, every time I hear them, I'm like, here we go again. Here's another teenager who's ready to share what they have done for somebody and what that somebody hasn't done for them, and what source or life or did it. So here's a difference. A 5D mystic, a 5D functional adult is always on personal development journey, always their own leader, always their own self. And in fact, they're always awakened spiritually, because the spiritual awakening, it doesn't need a Kundalini awakening per se. Now, some people, they do. It's sad to see that some people actually, what did it say? Shame, self-image, mental health issues, depression, substance abuse. Oh yes, let's watch the movies. Who watched Hangover? Anybody? Or Mean Girls? Has anybody seen any of the popular movies and where people laugh and what people do after work? So I'm going to, again, share 5D mystics and functional adults. We know what inner well-being is, which is why we would not in any way, shape, or form talk about any human being in a way that is shitty, because we know that we're not in your body. We don't live your life. And so your body, if it's in a shame, blame, fault, or revenge, that's unfortunate. We're going to say, I can help. I love to be there. And if you say yes, it's great. And if you say no, we'll know how to handle whatever no's come up. So if there's a sigh of relief on the end of somebody who doesn't want to be around us, we're going to be happy to know that there's a sigh of relief. We're actually going to also not think that there's anything opposite, because again, actions speak way louder than words, and our heart always goes out to everybody with love. So 5D mystics it is. Tune in for more. We have paid subscription-based model content for those of you who want a different way to handle your oversoul. Bye-bye.